It almost looks like a car again.
Righty then.
Hello? Anything to set fire to in there?
Hello and welcome back to my rotten E46 M3. Today, I know I said that I was going to tackle the bits that I got sent from Reedish. However, there are some bits that I want to address first. As you've seen in the previous videos, the sills have got holes in. I wanted to just go through and check whether I can patch them up or whether I have got to replace the whole sill. Now, I know I said that I didn't want to patch them and I just wanted to replace it, but with struggling to find clean cuts and having to order stuff from Europe, which is going to take a lot of time, I'm trying to cut down the time that I spend waiting on parts. So we're going to go through and bare metal the sills, and then I took a trip to our favourite shop and got some primer just to throw over the top of this, just so you can see it's starting to go. So I'm just going to bare that back and then just throw some primer over it for the minute, just to give it a bit of protection. And then when we come back to it to fill it, I was half tempted to fill this and complete one side and then move to the other side, but decided that I'd rather do all the welding at once, then the paint, then the filling, then the paint prep, etc. So let's get the sill covers off. Let's start taking off the rest of the paint that I haven't taken off on the sills, because obviously I said I wasn't going to touch them until then, which will then lead on to the rear jacking plate reinforcements. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? So we're going to tackle that now. AirPods in and cue some music, I suppose. Ooh. That's full of filler as well. I've just fought with the inner arch liner to get it off. Look, man. Look at it. I was so tempted not to take the engine out, just to do the rod bearings, but it seems really pointless going through all that effort on the back end to not do the front. I may have bought on a rotten E46 M3, however, when I'm finished with it, it's going to be quite the opposite. It is what it is at the end of the day. Do it right, do it once. We've also got this bit of rot here, which that is part of the sill. So the wings have got to come off anyway. So we're going to take the wings off, or this side at least, and then review just how bad that is. Now let's see if these are as bad to take off as a 92 M3, because even on a 92 I had bolts snapping. If you don't know what one of these is, you should get to know what one of these is. It's called an impact driver. What this does is you hit it and downward pressure on it, and there she goes. Strongly 10 out of 10 recommend. That looks fucking beautiful now. You know what they say, Arch? Protection with every erection.
Right, sit rep. This is not my big camera. This is my phone camera. Because my big camera's dead. And I'm just trying to get the car done, man. I'm trying to get the car done, and I'm trying to get videos out in a timely fashion, and I just keep jumping around and I can't hack it. So I've cure-rusted the back end. Now I'm like, right, okay, I actually feel like I need to start making some progress on this. So, plan for tonight. That, I've decided that is going to get cut so that I can work out how thin that steel is as to whether I need 1.6 or 1 mil. I think it's 1 mil, maybe a bit less. Then I've made a plate for this part here. The only problem is it hasn't got these indentations in for the sills, but that's fine. I'll figure that out. Might be able to just add them in somehow. Shout out Luke, I borrowed your light, and I've also put a heater here as well because it is Baltic today. Hence, I've got like 3 jumpers on. It's unreal. So let's get that cut out. Then probably start. I was going to say grind those spot welds out, but there's only probably 2 or 3 that are going to get in the way. Then we'll figure out these clip holes after. Obviously that's going to stay, that's going to stay. That I can get away with cure rust. Then that one I'll have to redo. And we'll just figure it out. Right, one thing, yeah, I love Milwaukee tools, but their batteries, to be fair, these batteries are like old. Is it on smart fire or is it just it's warm? Because, no, but their batteries are awful when it's cold. Hello? Anything to set fire to in there? Now, I'm going to say that is 1 mil plate. I've got only 1 mil. Righty then. So, we got the plate made up. One plate. One cutout. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you may realise that this, I think, is stainless. Just because of the discoloration. Jesus, nearly took my face out. Just because of the discoloration. And it's not rusty yet. But this fits in. Take my word for it, it fits in the hole, right? Good focusing skills there. It fits in with a bit of movement, which is good for heat expansion. Okay, so how did we get here? Now, obviously, cut that out. That's the old piece. And I used that as a rough template, as I say, rough, because I then messed about with it afterwards. So, if you have something like that, draw around it, cut on the safe edge, which is what I done then. Alright, and then offer it up, grind, cut, etc, etc, etc. In the car, lovely biscuits, Jackie. Now I've got to weld it in there. I need to see if I've got a magnet to hold it in there. Or, I'm going to have to rig up something with some other metal to hold it in place and let gravity do its thing. Magnet acquired. This is the best I can do. Alright, so it just means that I can tack a corner in and figure it out. There was something there. I think it was... No, that was just a seal clip. Which is fine, because once the seal's clipped on, we then go through, drill holes in all the seals, etc, etc, etc. That bridge will be crossed when we come to it. Let's go get a welder, some magnets, some way of rigging this stuff up. And actually make it feel like we've done a little bit of progress. A little bit. Let's not push it. And what I'll do is I'll weld through around that as well, so. It's sunny, isn't it? Oh, it's a bit high. I need to, like, trap something. Look at that. There we go. And then we can run the lance along there. And then go up there and then bob 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 bob. You know what I mean? Ah, fuck. Bollocks. Now it doesn't line up. Shite. Oh, now my AirPods fell out. Right. We're just going to go with that and tack that there. Alright. I don't want to keep putting holes in my mat, man. Whoa! Probably got too much heat on it. Breezy, don't worry about it. Right, it looks scrappy. I know, it looks scrappy, but it's fine. Once I'm finished with it, you won't tell it's there. Once it's been painted and all that sort of stuff. So, that part of the sill is now welded. Nothing on this side, there's only 2 more bits to go. Could be wrong. We have got this section here, which is the outer sill. Obviously, this is where a jacking point is. So I've got to be super careful when I cut that, because that in there is reinforcements. This is just an outer skin. You can see there's a spot weld there. You see it, yeah? One there. I have this plate, which I made up, to go like this. All right, lovely. You'll never notice. I've just got to shape it around this and all of that. Then I've got the reinforcements on the jacking points to do. I think that's the rest of it. This can all be treated, rust converted, painted, etc, etc, etc. Yeah, so it's just this front bit. Get this plate. May as well use the whole of it because I've made it up now. Mark it out, mark where I need to cut, and get cut into it. Look at that. Lovely. And then figure out what on earth I'm going to do about this, which might end up getting cut up, but we'll see what's under here first. This is kind of the initial reinforcement. I can't put metal to this right now because of just how broken down it is. I'm going to have to do something with this. So I suspect, cut along this, can't really see because of the light, cut along the ridge and plate up. This I'm going to have to rust convert, clean up properly, rust convert it. Then I can put a new plate over. That is why there's a weird shape in that plate. So I think what I'll do is try and line up as best I can 2 bits in that plate to then kink it around. It shouldn't really matter because obviously a jack and block's there. I just need to make sure I line up this hole and drill a new hole into the plate. I've cleaned up the passenger sill somewhat, okay? There's a bit of scabbing in that corner there, which once I decide what I'm doing with this, I might cut that out and redo it. Obviously, this side jacking point is going to get redone as well because of the reedish reinforcements. That I'm going to weld up off camera, weld that up off camera, see really how bad that section is. Then the rest of it isn't actually too bad. I tried to get the wing off, but that bolt is too tight and I can't find my impact driver. Alright, I lied. I ended up filming it anyway. Here's a little video montage, if you will. So I ended up cutting out the rotten bits, just squaring them off, well through priming them, just to give it a little bit of protection on the inside before I cavity wax it. Well through the inside of the panels as well, just again as a bit of added protection. Line them up. The front one was a bit of a nightmare because I couldn't actually get the magnetic tray on it, so I ended up just drilling the hole where the original spot weld was and then just spot welding it, and then gone round, essentially tack welding, isn't it, around it. Got the other plate welded in as well, and then went over it with a flat disc, take all of the rough bits of weld off, flatten it all out, so then you won't be able to tell, kind of. And then of course I've gone over it with our favourite brand, Halford's Etch Primer. Now I've had comments on the internet about this. It will be stripped right the way back so that it does not react with the then primer that I use through a spray gun. Loved it. Right, so I decided to actually weld the panel in and complete the job. Try and find it. Yeah, you can see it. You can. the panel a little bit too hot, but I mean, it is what it is. I'll, bit of underseal and some paint, and you'll never notice. I don't think you notice now anyway, to be fair, unless you look really hard. There's an Alistair there. So yeah, that's done. That is the Sills done until I do the jacking points, which will be in another video. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share the video about, be much appreciated. My face, that's really bad, isn't it? My face is horrendous. And I'm going home to edit this video and go to bed. So hopefully it was worth watching. It's got me in it, so it should be. Yeah, there's a bit of Alistair in there as well, so what can you say? Right, see you in the next one.